Hello there, good evening and welcome to UTV Live. There's been another big jump in the number of new COVID cases here. 1,846 new cases have been reported by the Department of Health over the last 24 hours, while 6 people have died of COVID-related illness. Meanwhile, relatives of those in care homes took their campaign to have care home visiting restrictions eased to Stormont today. They say the Health Minister needs to implement guidance approved by ministers in full. A pause to remember the many care home residents who've died during the pandemic. And not just those whose death was caused by COVID, but every care home resident who've passed away since March of last year, often with no one by their side.
Maybe coming to Stormont this year was a way for me to deal with my grief and, the huge loss of my mummy.
Martina Ferguson is campaigning to have restrictions on care home visits lifted and for more care partners, those who have direct access to their loved ones, to be allowed to spend more time with them.
My mother had been locked up in the care home for 9 months last year. I never got into the care home to visit my mother. My mother contracted COVID in the care home the week coming up to Christmas and passed away in early January. So I understand the importance of being with your family. My mother didn't understand why I wasn't able to be by her side.
David Clark's elderly father has dementia and is in a care home, and he fears his father will have to continue to endure a lockdown of sorts unless there's real change to the care home visiting rules.
COVID is still very much with us, and I'm not suggesting, that Stormont ministers should have a free-for-all in care homes. What I'm asking for them is to ensure that and strengthen the guidance. I just feel that it can be managed in a way that enables me to have meaningful contact with him, but also safeguarding, him and the other residents.
Families need to be with their loved ones in care homes. This is the last chapter of these people's lives. So it's important that family is with family.
Martina Ferguson speaking there. Police have had to close off a part of the front of the Belfast City Hall this afternoon as a group gathered in opposition to the planned introduction of COVID-19 passports. Many also carried anti-vaccine and anti-COVID certification placards and banners. Donegal Street North was closed for a time but has since been reopened. On Wednesday, the majority of Stormont ministers backed the introduction of a COVID pass scheme despite DUP opposition. Demonstrators gathered close to the border earlier today in support of maintaining the Northern Ireland Protocol. Those who attended in Bridgend in Londonderry as well as at Lifford Bridge also urged the government not to trigger Article 16, the part of the protocol which can be used for safeguarding measures. Cabinet Minister Michael Gove says he's confident it will not need to be used. A man has been robbed at knife point after 2 suspects get into his car in South Belfast. The 24-year-old's phone was stolen during the attack just before 1:10 this morning in the Raby Street area just off the Ormeau Road. The victim escaped towards Ormeau Park, where police say he was assisted by members of the public. A man in his 40s and a woman in her 30s are being sought by detectives. Sports news, and Ireland's women secured defeat against Japan in Dublin with a 15-12 victory. The RDS retiring captain Ciara Griffin scored 2 tries in the second half after her side trailed 12-3 at half-time. Hannah Connor was shown the red card 52 minutes into the game. It was also the final game for head coach Adam Griggs. There were 5 fixtures in today's Irish Premiership. Carrick, Glentoran, Dungannon, Glenavon and Linfield all claimed victories. The Blues edged out at the table, topping Reds with a 1-0 victory at Windsor Park. Meanwhile, last night, Coleraine beat Larne 3-1 at the Showgrounds with goals from Jamie Glacken, Conor McKendry and Lyndon Kane. Ben Doherty had levels for visitors, but Oran Kearney's men were too strong in the end and sit second in the table. Right, let's get a check on the weather forecast now. Here's Stuart Robson.
A well-earned lie-in. Home means there's always room for 2 more. UTV Weather, sponsored by Phoenix Natural Gas.
There's a change of type in our weather overnight, which will lead to a chilly start on Sunday. It will be a brighter day though, with some blustery showers, particularly along the northern coasts. Overnight, a cold front will continue to sink southwards, bringing northerly winds and colder air across the UK. High pressure will then move in from the east, which will keep things settled into the start of the working week. Tonight, scattered showers will continue to feed in from the north, but with clearer interludes in between. Under these clearer skies, it will turn colder with lows of 4 degrees Celsius in towns and cities, though these will be lower across rural areas. There will be further blustery showers first thing on Sunday, but these will largely ease off through the day to leave prolonged sunny intervals. Feeling much colder than of late, especially in the brisk northerly wind, with a high of around 8 degrees Celsius. A generally cloudy but mostly dry outlook before rain arrives on Wednesday, and still feeling colder.
Bright and early, and all ready for the day ahead. UTV Weather, sponsored by Phoenix Natural Gas.
Well, that is your lot from us for now. You can, of course, stay up to date with all the latest developments there on our website. That's itv.com/UTV. From all of us in the newsroom, we hope you have a very good Saturday evening. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for your company. Bye-bye.